So I'll talk about location and surroundings. What type of location should be there? What should be there in the surroundings? All shops, as far as possible, should be away from any environmental pollution sources like dust, filth, garbage, or open urinals. And there should be certain mechanism, certain methods through which we can prevent any dust, filth, garbage coming into your shop. Right? First thing. Second, all floors, ceilings, and infrastructure should be smooth, should be easy to clean, should be smooth and easy to clean. There should be no cracks, no crevices, no gap, no paint peeling, no fungus onto your floor or rack, made of the permanent material like cement, tiles, quota stones, likewise. So all things that are having any surfaces like floor, walls, ceilings should be made of smooth, impervious material. What is impervious? Impervious means non-absorbent, that does not absorb water. So all food contact surfaces, not food contact I'll talk later. All floor, walls and ceiling should be smooth, easy to clean, made of permanent. Now you can see one picture of a particular shop. You have to find out what is not okay in this shop. What is not okay in this shop? I believe everyone can see their screen. Please have a look and tell me what is not okay in this shop. The one thing, no food item should be kept open. As you can see here, that food items are open. So we need to cover all food items so that there is no chance of physical hazard contamination in your food product. Right? Second, as you can see, the shopkeeper has put food items along with non-food items. Can you see here on the screen? The bottle of detergent, liquid detergent, is kept with the bottle of sauce. So you need to ensure that no chemical-based food item is kept near the chemical-based item is not kept near the food. So please keep a check on that. As you can see, does this CFL is injurious, because if anybody is touching or trying to take some food items or any item from the shop, so in this picture, there are certain mistakes supposed to be identified by you. So let's see what all arrangements we need to do, what have to be there in the shop. As you can see this counter, there are two types of counters. Right? So one counter is well managed, tidy, it's properly arranged and having a whole lot of space left, though this counter is small. So your counter should be tidy, rust or corrosion resistant, impermeable, preferably stainless steel material, above the ground level. So your counter should be of a permanent material, like if steel, easily it can be cleaned and should be above the ground level, minimum 2 to 3 feet, right? And all lights that you put in your shop should be non-breakable, shatterproof. So as far as only shatterproof lights should be kept, and there should be proper lighting in all areas. Proper lighting means if you want to read any label anywhere down the corner, you should not take it out to the counter and then read. And you should be able to monitor all cleaning, that every corner of your shop, every rack, everything is clean, not having any pest or any pest activity things. So light should be of the proper, not only in the shop, but in the your godown or stores. Store. You all have certain storerooms somewhere, so please make sure. Ventilation. If you are having any ventilation in that case, please make sure you have pest-free ventilation. Pest-free means what? Pest-free means all windows should be covered with a mesh, all knitted window, so that no dust, no mosquito, no pest can enter into the shop. One thing. And then all exhaust fan should be shuttered. Now talking about equipment and containers, whatever equipment or whatever machines you are having. For example, you have weighing scale, Raju. So all food contact surfaces should be made of food grade, non-toxic quality. If you have freezer and refrigerator, in that case, you need to maintain proper temperature and it should be clean and disinfected. Then you need to have veg and non-veg segregation. All material has to be kept on pallets and terraplates. Now we have spoken about what. We have spoken about location and surrounding, about walls, floors, ceilings, and counter and work table, lights, ventilation. Now equipment container also. Now how to put your all food items onto the racks? First of all, racks must be clean and should be smooth. No paint or something should be chipping out. No sign of fungus or dirt should be there. Should be well coated. So there should be segregation. Keep all food items in particular areas of all racks. For example, you are having 6 racks on the front wall. So you fix it. In which rack you will keep only food items and keep food items only there. Do not keep anything else, especially any product which is chemical based. So keep your food items on the food rack only, and all chemical based product. If you are having any chemical based product, for example, you might be having, because you need to keep detergents, sanitizers, toilet cleaners, certain times toilet acid also, because you are in the retail shop. So please make sure all chemical based products should be kept at least 3 to 5 feet away from the food racks, so that there's no cross contamination through smell even. Right? So make sure that you keep food product onto the racks which are specified, fixed for food items only. Near to that, you can keep non-food, but not smelling, not of chemical waste. Then all chemical products should be kept. Now, my question to all of you is, where shall you keep expired product? If something has expired in your shop, where shall it keep? Anyone who can unmute and answer my question, please. I'm waiting for answers. First, I'll get your answer, then I'll move ahead. Where will you keep expired product? If something has expired in the morning, like food packets or biscuit, you got the expiry date is over, where shall you keep? Because you cannot keep any expired product for sale, but you can't throw it immediately. You need to have some space. How shall you keep? So the question is, where you will keep expired product in your shop. If something has expired, expiry date is over, where shall you keep in your shop and how shall you keep?
Yeah, okay. சார் இப்போ சார் ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கேட்டிருக்காரு, கொஞ்சம் ரிப்ளை பண்ணுங்க. எக்ஸ்பைரி ஆன ப்ராடக்ட்ட உங்க ஷாப்ல எங்க வைப்பீங்க? சார் பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ், இப்போ உங்க மளிகை கடையில எக்ஸ்பைரி ஆன ப்ராடக்ட்ட எங்க வைப்பீங்க? காலாவதியான ப்ராடக்ட்ட எங்க வந்து ஸ்டோர் பண்ணுவேன், எங்க வந்து செப்பரேட்டா வைப்பீங்க அத?
All right, so I tell them, so ma'am, please repeat this in your language so that they have some understanding. If something is expired, then it must be separated from all food items and should be kept in a separate rack that is properly covered and locked, and there should be red color label written not for sale, and then you can write expired, discarded, recalled, whatever, but not for sale has to be there with red color tag, and that rack must be closed and lock should be there. So this is suggested method, and if they can have separate box or container, they can store there also, but at least they need to segregate and keep it in separate place. Right? I am not sure if you're writing or not, but please make sure that you make point of very important point and you do not miss it.
Sir, actually all are getting noted, sir. Even Salim also noted all your points. Once you finish this, he will explain the same thing in Tamil continuously in another 1 hour. Once you will finish, he note down your points and all. Another 1 hour he will explain the things, sir. So you can continue, sir. Your points and your slides only important. We are noting down it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You need to have a proper cleaning and sanitation in your shop. You need to have daily cleaning of shop, of all equipment which are high touched, and there should be a proper cleaning and sanitation program. You can make your program yourself depending upon the way you want to clean, but there has to be one standard way of cleaning, and that has to be conveyed to all of your workers. So you can make program. There is an example on your screen. For example, if you want to make a program, then you need to choose first certain things, like which item has to be cleaned. For example, if you want to clean floor, then what should be the frequency, like before starting your business, just after opening your shop, that's up to you, but at least 2 times, and as soon as required, you can choose that frequency also. Then you need to understand and make sure that you have all equipments and chemicals or detergents whichever required for cleaning, like brooms, damp mop. Make a list and ensure train. Then methods. What shall be done first, then second, then third, then fourth, and fifth, and likewise. So you need to make sure that you have a program in place and the program is followed every time. After cleaning, sanitation is now required. So when you have mopped your, broomed your shop, please ensure that you use some disinfectant to clear off any possible infection of COVID virus or any microbial contamination. So the best one is chlorine water that can be made from sodium hypochlorite, or if you know how to make it from bleaching powder, it can be made. Nowadays, there are certain finance which also claims that it has disinfectant and kill COVID virus also. So this has to be done accordingly. And all food contact surfaces, you can take weighing scale. Weighing scale has to be cleaned and disinfected 3 to 4 times every day. So we'll cover in COVID-19 training a little bit also about this. So what is our learning from this? You need to have cleaning and sanitation standard program made by you only, and implement it, monitor it, and make sure that you do daily inspection, that cleaning is effective on floors, racks, proper hygienic conditions are maintained. Then about choosing suppliers. How would you choose suppliers? All suppliers, whosoever is giving you food item, should have, or rather must have, food license. So ensure that you're getting all supplies from the FSSAI licensed supplier only. I'm talking about the packaged food especially. Then if you are a distributor, make sure that in your invoice or bill, there is a proper Form E printed. Form E printed means, Form E, I don't know whether I have the copy here. I don't have copy here. Okay. Simple two-line disclaimer that whatever I am supplying is safe. What I am supplying is as per the quality of required purpose. So you would be having for the further things. And then choose agri supplies only from authentic suppliers. Like if you are buying any agriculture product like fruits, vegetables, or if you are buying fish or chicken or raw meat, right? Then all supplier must be traceable and authentic. Means you know where shall you find them, traceable, and maintain contact list of all suppliers. Contact list does not mean keeping them in your phone book only, means you need to have their name, person name, farm name, address, phone number, and their FSSAI number also. So make a proper register. These are not as such immediately and compliance requirement. These are requirements so that you can understand food safety better and maintain food safety in the food supply chain, because you are the important stakeholder. And while receiving food product, what shall you do? You will check certain things. Number one, information on label or bill. You will see required informations on label are given or not. Check randomly what information you need to have. Then manufacturing and best and before. Manufacturing date, best before, after November or so, might be you are getting right now also. Expiry date would be coming on the food packet. Number 3, packaging condition. Packaging material should be intact, should not be torn, should not be punctured, right? Then storage condition. If there is certain specific storage condition, then please see and store accordingly. If the product is misbranded, unsafe or doubtful, what are the things that you will check to ensure that product is not misbranded, not unsafe or doubtful? So you'll check the name of food product is written properly or not. If the product name is written properly and name of the company, whichever firm is producing it is written properly over there or not, and address, very important, address of manufacturer. If these things are not properly there up in the label, then definitely the food is going to be doubtful. Expiry date, manufacturing date, best before date, batch number, lot number, FSSAI logo. You need to check FSSAI logo and company's registration number has to be there. So these are things which are to be checked to ensure that you are keeping safe food items only in your shop. Hmm. Then temperature of perishable item. If you are receiving fish, fish should be received in ice most of the time and should be near 1 or 2 or 3 degrees centigrade temperature. It should be definitely below than 5 degrees centigrade temperature. If you are receiving any frozen item like frozen chicken, frozen peas or anything, it should be at minus 18 degrees centigrade. Where is that? This is there. So frozen at minus 18 and chilled 5 degrees centigrade. So we'll check that packaging should be intact. And then this is about receiving. Now how we need to store. Store in clean and hygienic area. So your storehouse, whether it is a warehouse, it is go down or a small store, wherever you are keeping your food items, make sure it is cleaned and hygienic. Hygienic means what? There is no pest, there is no dampness, there is no dirt, no condensation of water on the wall. All hygienic condition has to be maintained, and display food item in rack after proper dusting. Dusty packet must not be kept. If you see anything which has like dirt and display after dusting, keep food items in food racks only. Please do these arrangements. It does not require any cost. It only requires your intention for food safety, your willingness, and some of your time. If you are storing anything by stacking, please do not stack directly on the ground or floor. Please stack on pallet. And as you can see in the picture also, the proper floor of tile is there. Then the pallets, the store has pallets, and pallets should be at least of the 6-inch height. All stacking has to be done away from the wall, 9-inch, and off the ground. Storage, I told you. What are other good practices? Avoid keeping personal things in store area. Avoid leftovers of perishable item. Cleaning has to be done properly. Segregation and separation of veg, non-veg items, and prevent cross contamination. If you have one freezer and you have veg and non-veg items, can you store them together? You can store, but you need to keep a proper segregation, like two different baskets should be there in the freezer, and all packaging should be proofed. Means there should be no puncture, no chance of food product coming out of the packet. Otherwise, it would get spoiled. First thing. Secondly, they will cross contaminate. So these all things are about your business only and food safety. Prevent cross contamination. So you keep on displaying so many things on the racks, right? And sometimes outside the shop also. So please ensure that you display in clean and hygienic manner. Do not keep any food item outside your shop which is unhygienic place. Keep all things at hygienic place, first thing. Do not display food product outside the premise where there is a direct sunlight onto the food items, especially beverages, water-based things, environment, and promote fortified nutritious food. This is the objective of FSSAI also, right? So ensure all outside display is done in clean and hygienic manner only. Packaging, so you can do loose packing, you cannot do finished packing. Finished packing means you seal, and if you seal, then you need to put label. So you can do loose packing. Loose packing means there's no need to tear the packet off for opening. You can do it with the thread by certain knot, or definitely pins cannot be used. You can use tape also certain times, right? So if you're doing any packing, avoid loose book, avoid finished packing. If you're doing finished packing, by sealing by any means, then you need to do proper labeling, and for that you need to do registration for repacker or manufacturer, and then there are different name, different laws. All right. So lastly, distribution. If you are distributing your product to the market, please make sure that distribution vehicle is clean and sanitized, and please ensure you seal all boxes before dispatch. So only food item as far as possible, as all food item has to be sent in the same vehicle. How to do waste disposal? For waste disposal, use only foot operated waste bins. Keep all waste bins away from food products. There must be separate waste bin for dry and wet waste. And please clean and disinfect your waste bins daily. Dispose of to the government approved vendor only. Manage stocks. Proper stock management has to be there. FIFO. Rotation has to be there. Keep records and away from or safe from, free from food safety hazards. Right? If you are having state license, then you need to keep this medical fitness certificate or central license. For registration, it is exempted as of now. But please ensure that all worker, all people who are working in your shop are healthy, not having any infectious or contagious disease. Ensure there's no smoking, spitting, chewing in your shop. Do not squeeze or cough over any food. Do not eat anything where food is kept or safe. But in the shop, you keep it in, ensure you eat with the hygienic things. And here's very important thing. Stop touching your face. Stop scratching any body part. Because if you are touching your face, it means you are taking COVID virus from certain surfaces and infecting yourself. Use proper method of hand washing, hmm, and then the pest control. Pest control means doing some management, doing something so that pests like flies, mosquitoes, rodent do not enter your shop, right? And if they are there, there has to be pest management. So there are certain major pests like cockroaches, rodent, flies, mosquitoes, spiders, lizards. They can be unnumbered. I don't know uh, which pest is mostly there as infected in a shop, but you need to find out. So make sure that you close all possible entry points, close all gaps, right? So there should be no broken glass in the window, should be no open exhaust, and there should be no proper gaps. And there's one thing that's called 4D approach. What is 4D approach? In our language, we say आने मत दो, खाने को मत दो, रुकने मत दो, और पकड़ लो या मार दो. It's like enemy. We do not let any enemy enter. So these enemies are very small one. We enter through gates. We enter through gate, but they enter through certain holes, certain cracks, certain gaps. Even small gap will be an entry point then. So close all entry point or put certain barrier like mesh, like mosquito mesh or something, and do not pile up any waste material in your shop, like cartons, like packaging material, likewise. So please ensure that in one corner you do not pile up these all discarded packaging materials, because that corner ultimately will be not cleaned properly, and you moreover do not go over there even. So all pests will reside there. Hmm. So this is one thing. What else? Deny food. If any food is spilled, please ensure that you clean that immediately. And then put certain methods like you can put mosquito killer, insecticutors, and certain bait station can be there, so that if there is any rat, they get trapped. And and finally, you need to do certain inspection yourself. Please ensure that you do inspection of cleaning, hygiene, and sanitary condition. You inspect for pest activity, you inspect for daily cleaning, and if you have FSSAI schedule for inspection checklist, please see it and inspect it every 3 months. But pest and cleaning should be inspected daily. And please ensure that everyone is following COVID-19 precautions. Keep distance, use mask. So this is the end of today's FoSTaC training.